Cares for Kids Radiothon going on at St. John's Children's Hospital, brought to you by CEFCU. The phone number again is 544-KIDS, and we got a couple lines ringing right now. We'd love to see them all lit up. Your chance to get involved. 100% of the proceeds going to St. John's Children's Hospital. $15 a month, a great way to get involved. You can bill it right to your credit card. It's a soda a day. Your chance to make a huge difference in the life of a child, Dina.
We're here with the family of Patrick Jordan, and Patrick is one of those stories that you love to hear about. He's 15 years old. He was born prematurely in 1992, and we're here with his mom and dad, Terry and John. And Terry, you were saying that he weighed 1 pound, 13 ounces when he was born?
Actually, he weighed 2 pounds, 2 ounces, but he lost weight like all new babies do. And the lowest that he weighed was 1 pound, 13 ounces. I think he was 14 inches long.
We saw those babies in the NICU when we took a tour.
Yeah.
It's just amazing that they're on their own and they get strong and they leave the hospital and everything ends up okay.
When the weight had gotten that low, I mean, that had to be scary for you.
It was very scary. And to put it in perspective, if you were to go to the grocery store and buy a hamburger for your family, you probably bought more hamburger per pound than he weighed.
Wow.
Yeah.
And could you hold him or pick him up?
Not until he was 6 weeks old. I think he had to get to a certain weight, and I want to say 3 pounds before we could actually hold him.
What was that like as a mother?
It was very hard. We could put our fingers in through the portholes and have him grab onto our fingers. And that was about it.
And Patrick, I'm sure you remember that when you were 6 weeks old, right? What was that like being?
Oh, definitely.
But I mean, when he was born premature, what did they tell you at that time? What did they say, could be the scenarios that play out?
Actually, when he was born, he was very mad, and he screamed. And the doctor looked at me and said, he is going to survive because he has the will to survive. And I think sometimes they can tell just how angry and screamy that you're a fighter. And he still is a fighter today.
Yeah.
Now, and you had actually worked as a nurse here at St. John's in the NICU?
I worked in Mother Baby.
Okay, so you know firsthand. I mean, as a new mom, you probably almost had too much information because you knew of all the things that could go wrong, as opposed to somebody that's just trusting the doctors to take care of everything. Was that hard for you to know all the things that could happen?
It was hard, but I also knew that the doctors and the nurses that worked in the NICU were the best in Springfield, and I think that really made a big difference.
Something else that made a big difference, too, something that had just come to the hospital a couple days before he was born. Can you tell us that story about the surfactant?
Oh, 2 days before Patrick was born, St. John's received something called liquid surfactant. That was 15 years ago. I'm sure it has a different name today. But just 2 days before he was born, our hospital received that. I'm sure it had been on the east and west coast, but not really used in the Midwest. And so that had a great impact on his recovery and his ability to not be on a ventilator for as long as he would have been if that wouldn't have been given to him when he was born.
That's when we talk about the little things that make such a huge difference.
Yeah.
In a children's hospital like St. John's, that's a perfect example.
Yeah, and you get to see that firsthand. I mean, you knew all the amazing things the hospital could do.
Yes, that's true.
Do you remember the day where you finally were able to go, okay, he's going to be okay, things are going to be fine, because it had to be scary.
It hasn't happened yet?
Yeah.
15.
Careful on your answer, Patrick's right to your left there.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I think actually when he was maybe a toddler, we really could breathe a sigh of relief. And we knew that school might have its challenges, although it seems to be that's fine. Patrick is actually on the honor roll at Sacred Heart. So.
Hey,
what's up?
Thanks.
And you donate a lot of your time to Children's Miracle Network now,
Oh,
don't you?
yeah.
And were you working at the phone bank last year?
Yeah, I was.
I thought you were. So you'd like to give back to the
Oh,
organization
definitely.
that helps
They've
make
changed my life, and they've really helped, so I'll do anything for Children's Miracle Network. I mean, it's benefited me so much. I wouldn't be here without them.
Did you think back to that a lot? I mean, obviously you can't remember, but, you have the ability to comprehend it when you were young and just the amazing things they've done for you.
Yeah, just hearing all the stories just really makes me think how, it just really makes me grateful that I'm here. I mean, it just really puts an impact on your life.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just, really moving and inspiring because, I want to live my life just as much as I can just because I know some people aren't as, sometimes people can't do as much as they want, and so I take every experience and do it what I can.
That's well said.
You've done incredible things. I think one other thing we should be thankful for is the Jordan family.
Oh, yeah.
Because we want to make sure we mention Hope School real quick because, John, it was your family that actually started the Hope School. And Terry, John?
Exactly. It's actually now it's called the Hope Institute for Children and Families.
Yeah.
And my parents started it 50 years ago for my sister.
Yeah.
And what were some of the challenges that your sister was facing?
Primarily when she was born, she was also very premature. And 60 years ago, they didn't have the facilities that they do today, or the technology. So she was born with she was blind and had some severe retardation. With the multiple handicaps, there was no real place for her. There was no formal setting for her care. They either had schools for the blind or they had schools for children who had multiple handicaps or severe retardation. So my parents, after a number of years, decided that the best step to take would be to start their own school. And they started it out here in town first, and then in about 67 they moved out to Lake Springfield.
And now it's developed into, how big did you say the campus is? It just
Now the
keeps
campus
growing.
is about 24 acres. We have 115 kids, 75 of which are residents, and we have 500 employees.
Yeah, wow. Well, I think the community is extremely happy for the Jordan family and what you've done. So,
Well, the community's been incredibly supportive.
yeah, it's just been amazing. Well, Terry, anything you'd like to say to the people donating in the St. John's Children's Hospital? This is your chance.
I think that what I've heard is every penny, dime, nickel that's collected, dollar, all goes and stays in our community to benefit our hospital. And that's a really wonderful thing. And there's been wonderful things happen here in pediatrics, NICU.
Yeah.
It's a great place.
And Patrick's one of them.
Oh,
Any
That's
last
right.
words, Patrick? Anything you'd like to say?
just give what you can, because everyone deserves to live and everyone deserves help. So just give what you can.
544 Kids is the phone number. 100% of the proceeds, as Terry mentioned, goes right here. It stays right here at this hospital, and it keeps the families together. That means so much to them. 100% of the proceeds, again, going right here. 544 Kids, the phone number. Thanks for coming on, Patrick.
Oh, thank you.
And Terry and John, it was good to see you again.